Now, one of the biggest conversations that's happening right now is whether or not Assassin's Creed actually performed adequately, right? They're celebrating 3 million players, still no word actually how many sales. You know what I'm saying? Um, Still don't like what's the budget? I say we're gonna have to wait to the earnings call. But either way, now we got news as far as what Ubisoft is doing, and boy, man, Ubisoft, holy, the fall of a giant. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Before we do, make sure y'all like the button, scream to the channel, like the video, subscribe. Who screams to the channel? What? Or Shockwave is coming to blow your house up. Okay. Anyway, let's get to it. Now, this comes from Hypnotic and Grums. Ubisoft sales off. All Assassin's Creed was doing was setting the sale price of the IP to the new subsidiary co-owned by Tencent. The deal was rumored to be pending before launch. This is how it works. Create a new subsidiary co-owned by both the Ubi and Tencent. Assign it your best IPs. Watch the sales and set the final valuation after AC ships. Profit by owning even more of the new entity, valued higher because it does not carry Ubi's $2 billion in debt. As I said before, the owners make bank and avoid the anchor that is Ubisoft. Devs and mom and pop shareholders get nothing. Interesting. Well, this is what Hypnotic had to put out. Ubisoft has officially sold its video game franchises and formed a new subsidiary, giving Tencent 25% ownership and royalty. Ubisoft did so well with Assassin's Creed Shadows, they were still forced to sell. This new subsidiary is already worth more than Ubisoft itself, with the massive investment from Tencent. This new subsidiary will own all intellectual properties of the video game's IPs Ubisoft formerly owned. Great work. At least you can ratio people on X. God damn. All right, so here's what we got. Tencent acquires 25% stake in Ubisoft's new gaming subsidiary. And here we go. So here it is. Investing.com. Ubisoft Entertainment, the French video game company, announced on Thursday that it is forming a subsidiary with an enterprise value of approximately 4 billion euros. Okay, this new entity will include popular game franchises such as Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, or just Rainbow Six. Okay, Chinese multinational conglomerate Tencent Holdings is set to invest 1.16 billion for a 25% stake in this newly formed subsidiary. In exchange for a royalty, the new entity will hold licenses for the intellectual property of the games. Ubisoft, established by the Guillemot family in France, has been actively seeking new investors for its video game properties. The value of this new unit exceeds the current enterprise value of Ubisoft, indicating a significant milestone for the company. Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot shared his enthusiasm about the development, stating, "Today, Ubisoft is opening a new chapter in its history. This is a foundational step in the changing Ubisoft's operating model that will enable us to be both agile and ambitious. The new subsidiary will not only include the teams working on the mentioned titles, but will also manage the back catalog and any forthcoming games under development. This strategic move by Ubisoft and Tencent's investment marks a significant moment in the gaming industry." So there it is. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. So what does all this mean? From what I gathered from that, it probably means exactly what Grums was saying that it means, is that Ubisoft didn't sell completely off to Tencent. Instead, they formed a subsidiary that was free of any debt that Ubisoft had, with a 25% investment from Tencent, which allows Tencent to benefit, Ubisoft to be able to continue to produce these games and not worry about their debt, right? I don't know what they're going to do with Ubisoft itself, but apparently that's going to be profitable. Now, a lot of people are using this as an opportunity to dunk on the Chuds, which is baffling, truly baffling to me. One example being the Mighty Keith. Okay, the Mighty Keith says, "For months, these dudes tried to sell a lie that their ideals were shaping the gaming industry, that they were the reason woke companies would go bankrupt, that they were the majority. Now they are making these 'we'll get them next time' as tweets." What? Okay, let me read it because I thought when I first read that I thought maybe Grums had said something that insinuated that we lost anything here. So he says it didn't matter how well AC Shadow sold because they already had a sweet deal lined up with Tencent to save the company. The sales just fixed the final price and wasn't too much of a swing. But it definitely sounds like Ubisoft will be doing a big reorganization, potential layoffs. Keith, 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 what are you talking about? Where's the we'll get them next time? Am I high? Am I tripping? Where's the we'll get them next time part of it? I'm so confused. I don't know what Keith is talking about, but ultimately, obviously this deal was in conversation months before Assassin's Creed ever released and was probably part of the reason that Assassin's Creed had been delayed. My personal opinion, and we'll see when the earnings calls drop, or will this affect whether or not they even have to talk about it in the earnings call? I don't know. I don't think Assassin's Creed sold as well as they're trying to make it seem. I still think there is to something, the reason why they keep saying players and not units sold. They're saying it's the most highly profitable or, the most sold or whatever the case may be. Maybe. But we got to wait till that earnings call. Ubisoft may not be in as much trouble as it was before. But it's obvious that Ubisoft was taking a beating. And as far as us being the majority, as I've explained to you guys multiple times, the normies listen to the hardcore fans. The hardcore fans are us. We're the ones that move the needle. Period. Keith, you can say whatever you want, but we are the ones that move the needle. It was painfully obvious that people on that side of the aisle don't support things as much as they like to pretend like they do. If they did, Outlaws would have sold well. If they did, what else? Dustborn. Concord. So you can say that we were selling a lie. No, it's not a lie. It's not a lie. And as a matter of fact, you're going to have to show significant proof that we are lying. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. As always, may the grip be with you. I'll talk to y'all later.
Oh, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.